Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we're live. Hi guys, what's up? Yeah, just me here right now. Stuck in a bit of traffic, I guess. So till he comes, we're just going to start walking and yeah. Guys, if you can hear me, if the picture quality is fine, if the audio quality is fine, please let me know who's online. I'm just going to wait for few more guys to join in. Uh, who's there? Who's there? Guys, if you can hear me, if you can see me, please let me know. Please write in the comment section. Um, Hi, Vishal. I can finally see some comments. Superb. All right. Hi, Raj. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Audio and video clear. Superb. DT Dash. Datta, what's up? What's up? How's it going? We're waiting for Tushar, but I think I'll still answer. Shantam, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. Shubh, EcoSport Titanium or S-Cross? I'd say the S-Cross, the better family car. Abhijit, WagonR CNG, Santro CNG, which is more value for money? Let the WagonR's CNG variant come. अभी तक CNG launch नहीं हुई है. Top variant of XUV 300 or Harrier XE. Ashok, I'd say stretch for the Harrier XM. Hyundai Creta gets LED tail lamps. Yes, I think it does right now. WagonR pricing worth it. Udit, I think the master stroke here is that the 1.2 liter version does not cost exorbitant compared to the 1 liter. The difference is just 20,000 rupees, which I think is a premium you should readily pay. And yeah, I think it's good enough. When will Baleno facelift launch? Abhishek, it'll come in the next 2-3 weeks. Hi Nitesh, Jani, how is Harrier? I think it's a fantastic car, man, and the pricing is spot on. Man is a college going student who wants to buy his first car under 7 lakh. I'd suggest you look at something like the Grand i10. Hyundai Creta Executive, Moshwin, the two major additions, actually only one, it gets ventilated seats. After every, like, over and above everything that the SX variant gets, sunroof, 17-inch alloys, projector headlamps, DRLs, uske upar ventilated seats in there. Rajat says, great channel. You guys answer every question. We try to. Today I'm alone, so for a while at least. So till then, I think I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to ask you to drop your questions in the comment section and just be patient because usually there's Tushar and I, but right now it's just me. So. Yeah, drop your questions in the comments and just wait. I guarantee that I'll answer your question. Right? Bashav says, hi Bashav, how are you doing? Vishal, when will Vento facelift launch? Okay, I don't think the Vento facelift is coming anytime soon. मतलब छोटा मोटा feature change हो जाएगा, लेकिन I don't think a full-blown facelift will come. There'll be a generation change, but that'll directly be after 2021. Okay, Harrier price, Shubh, it starts at 12.65 lakh. It goes all the way to 16.75, which I think is really good. Baleno or Amaze Kush, I'd say Baleno XUV 300 review date and how will be the petrol engine? Gaurav, we're driving it at the end of this month. 31st and 1st is when we're driving it. I think review you will get on the day of the launch, which is 14th. Any confirmation about Toyota Rush? Mohammed Bhai, nahi aa rahi. Man, I've answered your question. Shantam, when can we expect Brezza to get 1.5 diesel? Realistically, my hunch is that it will come with a facelift. Sorry, not the facelift, the generation change. But yeah, if Maruti chooses, it can do it as early as this year. Is it worth to buy Tata car in 18 lakh? I'd say yes. The Harrier is a product that deserves that money irrespective of the badge. Suzuki Jimny launch हो गई इंडिया में नहीं सर launch होने भी नहीं वाली. Tata Harrier automatic कब तक आएगी? It will come before the end of this year. Oh, I've lost quite a few questions. कहाँ गया? Okay. Best car under 7 lakh man. I've answered your question. WagonR 1.2 or Ignis? Udit, this is a fantastic question. I would personally pick the Ignis because no matter which variant I pick, I get dual airbags and ABS as standard. But unless you're opting for like the top end, right? Only in that case, I'd say WagonR. Otherwise, the Ignis is a better pick. Santro versus WagonR. Okay, this is a question that we're really getting. Oh, say hello to Tushar.
Sorry, I'm late.
So yeah, we'll just let him get rid of his helmet and his gear. Also, whenever you're riding, please wear a helmet. Anyway, Datta, you're saying Tushar hung Arun in live session. नहीं लटका के नहीं चला गया. वो there's this thing called Mumbai traffic which he has to encounter sadly. So yeah, he'll join us very soon. I'll quickly answer a few questions. Fortuner facelift coming anytime soon? No. Should I buy a Creta or wait for SP? I'd say wait for SP. If I opt for 2018 model in showroom, what kind of discount should I ask for? Sridhar, at least 60,000-70,000 minimum. Alturas versus Fortuner video. Something that's in the works. We'll get the cars, we'll test them, and we'll put the video out very soon. Alturas or Fortuner right now. On first impressions, I'm tilted towards the Alturas because it's a more luxurious product. AMT or manual? Manual always for me. Right. So now that he's here, we'll give him a lot of questions to answer.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Say hello to Tushar, guys.
And if at all you're considering buying a car, please think it over. There's so much traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, what question are we on?
We've done quite a few questions today. Very interesting questions. 12.5 lakh branch budget Creta or Harrier. Siddesh, for that budget, I think you'd get a better variant of the Creta. 12.5 lakh में Harrier की X showroom भी start नहीं हो रही है. So yeah, unless you'll have to like really raise your budget at least to 14 lakh to get the base spec Harrier. Hyundai Creta 1.6 diesel or Nissan Kicks 1.5 diesel, which is faster.
We haven't done a back-to-back test for them, but drivability-wise, I'd give the edge to the Creta.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a quick rapid fire. WagonR or Tiago, your pick.
I haven't seen the new WagonR, so I can't say right now. So, filhal ke liye Tiago.
Polo facelift anytime soon? Yes or no?
It'll be a mild update, not a facelift.
Datsun, anything in 2019?
Nothing concrete because we were hearing about the Datsun Go Cross, but nothing on that front so far.
How's the Nissan Kicks petrol? Prashant, we haven't driven it. Nissan didn't let us drive that. We just drove the diesel. XUV 300 Creta or Harrier? Out of the three, I'd say Harrier. Which is the car you want to drive and which car do you drive and do you like it? Which car do I want to drive?
Day in and day out, we've said this before, Octavia RS.
Yeah. He drives a Honda Jazz. I have a Polo GT TSI and a Zen Estilo. Next on diesel or i20 diesel for long-term use, I think both will be fine. Yeah, both will be fine in the long run. No issues. Swift VXI or Freestyle Titanium?
Freestyle Titanium.
Hyundai Carlino कब तक आएगी?
शायद से mid-year.
April 2019, I think they said they're going to show it. So yeah, mid-year तक आ जाएगी. When is H5X launching? Sir, launch हो गई? Harrier.
Tata Harrier launch.
Hi Bharat, how are you doing? Hyundai Carlino कब launch होगी? Shoaib, we just answered. April या May तक launch हो जाएगी. Best car under 10 lakh. Lalita, there's a lot of options.
What is your requirement? That will define what is the best car.
Yeah. When is Tata H5X launching? We've answered. Abhishek says, can we expect new WagonR can come out of its rollover problem in high speed? Abhishek, see, it's something that has to, it's because of design, right? Anything tall will roll. So I don't.
Anything at all has a tendency to roll more than something that is not. Let's put it that way.
And the WagonR, even though it's lesser in height than before, it's still quite a tall car. Rahul says C-Class review was good.
Thank you.
Saw an old review, Duster versus Creta. It was quite lame. Don't remind us of that, please.
What do you think about the Nissan Kicks pricing? Should we be honest? They should have done a lot more, especially given that this was their first new product launch in so long.
I think it could have been a
lot better.
Yeah, especially considering that platform has been around for ages, for nearly a decade.
And it's not that the product isn't deserving of a decent price or something, but when your competition is so well established, you've got to take stronger measures than this. This isn't competitive.
Yeah. When does Hyundai Elantra 2019 come out?
Maybe towards the end of the year, the facelift that might have the updated diesel engine and some very thoroughly refreshed interior as well.
Yeah. So it's got those triangular headlamps also.
Yeah.
Sumit says, hi, hello. Continuing the sessions. Yes, we are. Thank you. We've been on a streak after a really long time, I guess. Brother like City, CVT and myself, Yaris, please advise.
I would personally go, okay, 3, 2, 1, Yaris.
Yaris. It's a fantastic car for the money. If you can live with the slightly less space, it is a 4-seater. So yeah. Handicapped cars GST Karnam, we are not very clear on this right now. So I think for now we'll skip this question. Pradeep says, sir, I'm planning to buy Nissan Kicks or Creta. Which is better overall? I'd say Creta. But if you're buying in that budget, take a look at the Harrier. Naturally aspirated engine versus turbocharged engine.
It's use case based.
Yeah.
It's not there's not one that's better than the other.
Yeah.
It's all based on requirement.
What car do we own? Like we said, he owns a Jazz. I have a
Polo GT
TSI. Any comment on the newly launched V-Class? Funny story, Udit. We actually checked it out at the launch yesterday. We think it's incredibly pointless, but both of us want one each. It's that desirable.
It is, effectively, the way we see it is, you will have two kinds of buyers. Either someone who already has an S-Class or a GLS or something, who uses as a chauffeur-driven car. Second would be corporates, diplomat offices, hotels, those kind of buyers. So it will sell very few, but for the purpose, it's fine.
Arnav asks, WagonR VXI or Santro Sports? I'd say WagonR.
WagonR VXI versus Ignis Delta.
Update
on Octavia RS230. So there's the issue that Skoda is facing is that the demand throughout the world is so high that the allocation is very few. So again, when it comes, it's going to be a limited run model again.
Toyota-based Baleno launch, fingers crossed.
April to June is what we're looking at.
Gaurav asks, Honda City Petrol or CS Petrol? You can pick either, not a problem.
For city usage, I'm inclined to say CS.
CS, yeah. For heavy city usage, I'd say CS. For more highway, I'd say city. Nexon or i20 diesel, we've answered this. 7-seater under 10 lakh, look at the Ertiga. Siddhant asks, can I buy a Honda Accord 2.4 2008? Siddhant, you can buy it. Just make sure that the mechanicals are in shape because and it's an Accord, so check out if there's any leak from the steering pump, check if there are any abnormal noises that the suspension is making, and check the engine mounts, because these three things are known to fail in old Honda cars and they can be an absolute bomb to fix.
Also, there's a small chance that the previous owner could have possibly fitted a CNG kit. Also, a lot of people did do that with 2008 Accords. So check and make sure if it's mentioned. If they're hiding that, then that's something to be concerned about.
Yeah. Okay, best car at 7.5 lakh, including hatchback, everything. Space and feature wise, what's the most spacious and feature rich car at around 7.5? I'd say something like a Desire VXI.
Or even a Nexon.
Yeah, a Desire VXI or a Nexon XM XT. Tiago XZ Plus, petrol or diesel? My personal preference would be, actually neither. My preference would be the JTP, but between the petrol and diesel?
Petrol. Tiago, just forget about the variant. Tiago means petrol.
Hyundai Verna EX or Honda City SV, which will be our pick. I'd say the City SV is better loaded. Can you tell me once again, SUV under 15 lakh? Suresh sir, you can look at the EcoSport, you can look at the S-Cross, and you can look at the Harrier.
Base or one above base model should be able to. I mean, you have to stretch your budget a little bit, but you get it.
Should I go for Polo GT TSI or Amio 1.5? Vishal, it depends on your usage. If you're using really, if your usage is really low, you might as well go for the GT TSI. If your running's high,
go for what is the more fun to drive?
Both of them are equally fun, but I think the key debate here is manual versus auto. So, and of course, petrol versus diesel. So, yeah, which car should I buy in CNG, Santro or Celerio? I think both of them are pretty well established as CNG players. You can pick any, I don't think, but I think I'd give a slight edge to the Santro because of a 4-cylinder engine, it's smoother. Is there any problem in buying a 3-cylinder car?
No. There's no problem, even a BMW i8 uses that.
Yeah. Okay, quick rapid fire. Your favorite SUV under 10 lakh?
Right now, I want to hold my answer until I see what the XUV 300 is like.
Okay, Alto K10 2019 launched or not?
It will get some update. We're waiting to see what that happens because they have to meet the new crash test norms. So what changes happen on that front? It'll be an update. I don't know if it's a brand new generation so far.
Hi Annie, how are you doing? How's the fit finish build quality of Harrier? You checked it out for the first time yesterday. What did you think about it?
So you have compared it to the Compass, XUV, Creta, and Kicks.
In order. So basically, where would you place the Harrier?
So Compass, I'd say the Harrier is maybe just one notch below it, maybe half a notch below the Compass, not more than that. XUV Harrier is better in terms of fit finish quality. Creta, it's more or less on par. Like the Creta is not bettering the Harrier in one particular place. Wherever we've gotten familiar with the Creta's interior, so that does kind of put it at a disadvantage. And the kicks, I haven't personally checked it out, but based on what I've heard, it is close to the Creta, so the Harrier is either matching them or topping them, not below them.
Discovery Sport alloy wheels 18-inch will cost somewhere around 70 to 80 grand. Lalit, hi, we're sorry that you can't join today. We'll see you next time, man. Suraj says, hi guys, less than 1,000 kilometers per month running in Goa. Which Creta to go for? I think the 1.4S should do.
Yes, less than 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, so
what, the
petrol? The 1.4 diesel will be cheaper than the 1.6 petrol anyway. So, yeah. Creta base or Brezza ZDI? Nitin asks, I'd say the Brezza ZDI in this case. Vipul last rumors said after BS6 norms, Suzuki will discontinue small cars diesel engine because its price could hike by 2 to 2.5 lakh like Swift Baleno. Is it true?
So by what indication we're getting, they're not going to discontinue it, but very high chance of that happening simply because of the reason you mentioned, 2.5 lakh. But this is not unique to Maruti Suzuki.
Yeah.
Every single manufacturer, whether it's Hyundai with their 1.2 diesel engine, or Maruti with this, or Ford with the 1.5 diesel, every single engine is going to get so much more expensive that demand might drop down for that.
Yeah.
So there's a very strong chance you're going to see that across the small car segment, basically 10 lakh space, up to 10 lakh, diesel engines are going to lose a lot of popularity after 2020. But don't worry if you already own one. Spare parts and all won't be an issue.
Yeah. Ford Freestyle Titanium versus Baleno Delta as a family car. For 5 people, say Baleno, eyes closed. Tiago, petrol or diesel? Petrol. Lalita, yes, you can drive the new WagonR 1,000 kilometers. You can drive any car for 1,000 kilometers. Creta base or Brezza ZDI, we've answered this. Ignis Delta does not even have parking sensors, even WagonR gets it. The Ignis will be updated, man. Like from April, it's going to be mandatory. So, yeah, just give me a second. Is that better? I think it's better. So. Does the picture quality now look better? Let us know. Okay. Where were we?
When is the Baleno-based Toyota car launching? April to June this year. Creta base, we've answered this. Tiago, Exit or Ignis Delta? I'm inclined to say Ignis Delta because petrol, I prefer that. Good to Sid Gupta. My Freestyle Titanium plus diesel sometimes shows a message saying Hill Start Assist not available, but afterwards it goes away. Any idea?
That's weird. I mean, under what scenario?
Is your car in neutral at the time when you're doing this?
No, I think it still work. But anyway. Which is more fun and stable to drive, Figo or Freestyle? Both are practically the same, Anmol. No problem. Himanshu says Mahindra showcase Marazzo at the Detroit Auto Show. Are they launching the Marazzo in USA? It doesn't come with AMT, and 80% of Americans can't drive manual. They can't.
90 actually, it's more like 90.
Yeah.
No, they're not launching it. If you remember, if you look closely, even the model they showcased at Detroit was a right-hand drive car. It wasn't a left-hand drive.
Creta is in serious competition. Yes, it is, and we're glad, man. Someone has to end that monopoly, right? Best diesel hatchback: i10, Swift, or Baleno? Which one would you pick? What's your order?
If you're looking at the Grand i10, yes, for me, diesel hatchback, the Grand i10 is just sorted because city usage, there's nothing that beats it in this.
Does the Desire have side impact beams? Of course,
integrated into the structure.
It's integrated. Every car will have side impact beams. Because the new crash test norms that are coming up, even for India, they specify a side impact, so it has to have it. Is extended warranty worth it if it only covers manufacturing defects of engine? Yes, I heavily recommend an extended warranty no matter what, purely because engine repairs can be very expensive. Make a comparison video of Ertiga, Marazzo, Innova, Hexa and Logi. Sir, बना दिया है. सिर्फ Ertiga नहीं है उसमें. ठीक है, वापस
बनाएंगे. We will be getting that in again. Amaze petrol CVT versus Jazz CVT. I'm inclined to say Jazz. I just like it as a car better.
Yeah.
But their current Sirji diesel car बंद हो जाएगी. It's right. No sir.
बंद नहीं होगी.
Diesel cannot just go away like that.
महंगी होगी.
Creta SX versus Hexa XM. Creta SX. Unless you have the need for the 7 seats. Yajiv. Best car under 6 lakh, whatever car you want. Arun K, Harrier VFM variant.
XM. And for a small step up, you can also get the XT. Can I drive new WagonR 1,000 kilometers? Yes, you can. What's the difference between 4x4 and all-wheel drive?
The terms are used interchangeably, but largely what all-wheel drive refers to is a all-wheel drive setup without a transfer case, without a low range. 4x4 is generally used for more hardcore off-road uses where you have proper. It's not just a differential that's splitting power between the axles. Yeah. There is more to it. There's a proper transfer case.
For example, the Fortuner is a 4x4 and the Kodiak's an all-wheel drive. At all points, the Kodiak, all four wheels of the Kodiak have power from the engine. In the Fortuner, you can switch it between rear-wheel drive and 4x4. So it's a 4x2, 4x4. Best replacement for Duster. Owner is an enthusiast. Harrier. Is it worth spending money on base model and getting aftermarket products? I see so many Creta 1.4 diesel trending a lot. So, fantastic question. You want to take this?
It really varies from car to car because, say, for example, in the case of the Creta, the reason why you have such availability of aftermarket parts which are genuine looking, at least, is because of the iX25.
The Chinese
Creta version of what they call the Creta. So, that way you have availability from the aftermarket. It will be varying from car to car and depending on how popular the model is. Say, for example, if you look at a Swift, the Swift LXI, you can get a lot of decent aftermarket fitments and save yourself your money rather than going for the VXI.
Yeah.
So it's not a uniform thing, but yes, the aftermarket has matured so much and the number of modifications you see, it's full worth it.
When will Brezza get the 1.5 diesel?
It will start with the top-down approach, so probably they'll give it to the Ciaz first, then the Ertiga, then the S-Cross, and then afterwards it will come towards the Vitara Brezza.
Since you own a GT, can you please tell me the average? It's directly proportional to the weight of my right foot, honestly. So I've seen as low as 6, I've seen as high as 22. But in general, inside the city, I get somewhere about 11 to 13, and on the highway, when we are not in a fun mood, I think it returns about 18 to 20.
Subhash Manjunath, when is Kia launching its first car in India and what is it? So they are launching the SP concept based SUV, which could be called the SPZ or Trailster or Tusker. That is essentially Kia's version of the Creta. And it will be coming sometime around April is what we're expecting because trial production is in fact going to start next week. So that's something to look forward to. Evolutionary transfer. How about WRV? If I get its top petrol variant at 80k discount or anything else, 80k is not bad, but bear in mind that number one, look at the Jazz. If you just look at city usage, there's no reason, in my opinion, to choose the WRV over the Jazz if you're looking at city usage. And otherwise,
I'd say push for a similar discount on the Jazz and pick that, unless you really want the sunroof.
Because for highway usage, the WRV is as good or bad as the Jazz. In fact, the Jazz is better because it rides better.
सीखने के लिए बेस्ट कार रोहित something that has a tall seating position तो एक WagonR I think is a good or a Santro is a good starting car. Skanda, hi, what's up? How you doing? In the future, will Harrier get some feature update? It doesn't have telescopic.
It does have telescopic.
It has telescopic steering. Auto rear view mirrors missing, but it's okay. It's not a big miss.
Aftermarket add-ons can let you add an automatic rear view mirror. It's not a reason why you wouldn't buy a car. Think about it that way.
Yeah. And feature updates are, it's a part of every manufacturer's product life cycle. So, of course, it will get it at some point of time, but when is not sure. Why
didn't Tata Hexa why didn't they go for the Hexa engine, which has 156 PS and 400 Nm? Is 350 Nm enough for Harrier? Okay, simple answer. Look at the curve weight difference between the Hexa and the Harrier. Technically, the Harrier does sit above the Hexa in the model range, but it weighs 1680 kilos or so. 1675. While the Hexa is over 2 tons.
Yeah.
So that look at the power to weight ratio, not just power, not just torque.
Also,
so these are the factors that come into
play. There's a bigger reason why the Hexa's engine is positioned like this, straight in the engine bay. The Harrier's engine is like this because it is front wheel drive. So this engine, all the transmission mounting points are here. So you can't basically run a front wheel drive of that setup.
Sharad Bangira, average maintenance cost of Vento TSI annually
about 8 to 12 grand.
That's 12 grand is what I hold it at. But they do something new, right? They're saying that 3 services in the first year.
Only for the first year. That's practically
the question is, did they even need 3 services earlier? It was annually 1 service.
I remember at about 1,000 kilometers when my GT went in for its first so-called service. They wiped it down and they gave it back to me. So even at 7,500 kilometers, 7,500 kilometers is just check all the fluids. There's no real service happening there, and 15,000 is where the car's first actual service happens. But average maintenance cost 8 to 12,000, and also I'd like to point out that your wear and tear items like your brake pads, your brake discs, they're quite reasonably priced.
Kevin Martin, Harrier versus Innova. I'd say unless you need the 7 seats, get the Harrier. I am so impressed with the cabin and the design, and he said drivability wise it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
Will the Quid be getting a facelift? Would ABS and EBD be added to the current model? I think they'll have to, right? Or is it just airbags that are being standard?
Because the crash test, I'm not sure if it is.
No, it's just airbags.
We'll have to just reconfirm that. I can't remember.
But I think they should include it nonetheless. Creta or Harrier for city driving, because it depends. See, the Harrier is a very big car, right? And the Creta is smaller. The steering is lighter, so it's easy to maneuver. Drivability wise, you can drive both. If you want to drive, you can drive the Harrier also in the city. But strictly for city driving, the Creta is better because it's smaller. No other reason. And it's easier to maneuver. And
Khalid Mir, sir, 5 lakh segment में कौन सी अच्छी कार है? Tiago.
Tiago देख लो और नहीं WagonR भी देख लेना.
Because your thoughts on Harrier pricing, its top model is cheaper than base compass diesel. I think that answers the question. It's a fantastic price, and I'm struggling to think of reasons to buy the compass right now. I mean, unless you want the limited plus with a sunroof or you want 4x4.
Yeah.
The Harriers just knocked it out of the park.
Raj is asking EcoSport का सवाल पूछो क्या हो Raj?
बाबा पूछो बिंदास पूछो
थोड़े टाइम के बाद ना हम खरीदने वाले हैं तेरे लिए गाड़ी
उदित कर Swift AMT or i20 CVT in petrol performance wise Swift smoothness of drive i20 because
Nissan kicks pricing
like we said not competitive
could be better. Darwin asks when could I expect Duster 2019? Should I buy Duster 2018 because I'm getting a good deal? I'd say wait. Honestly, and if you're spending that much money, why aren't you looking at the Harrier? Look at the Harrier. Duster 2019 will come only towards the end of this year. Will Kia Carnival come to India and at what price? I don't think it's coming immediately. At least for 2 years, it's not
because
coming.
It will be too expensive from their product strategy. It will be close to like your Toyota Hiace.
Yeah.
It will be too expensive.
Naturally aspirated engine versus turbocharged in terms of long term and
same. See guys, Nava. The technology of turbocharging, there was a time when turbocharged engines were not as reliable, when diesel engines weren't as reliable, when automatic transmissions weren't as reliable. But now these have become commonplace. So every single engine has been tuned for longevity. They all go through the same amount of torture testing. So don't worry about the technicalities of it when it comes to long-term reliability.
How's the fit and finish of the WagonR? Okay, we haven't seen it in person, but judging by what our colleagues say, it's pretty much the same as before. Maybe it's slightly closer to the Ignis now, but then the Ignis wasn't really setting benchmarks to begin with. Gudu says mostly on slow turnarounds. This was again Gudu NA versus what was Gudu's question? Wasn't it about NA versus turbo engines?
But you got to just search for it.
There it is. Oh no, okay. His was about the freestyle titanium hill start assist. Okay, then that much good. Then that might just be an issue with some sensor somewhere. Get it checked. I'm pretty sure one software flash will be able to fix it. Where were we?
We'll have to go back to find Gudu's question. But in the time that he finds that, if you guys haven't already, hope you guys have shared this video, like, subscribe, everything, etc.
So many questions. Okay, anyway. Maintenance of Verna of Creta is similar when Hyundai is launching a sub 4 meter SUV. Joy, that's coming
April
in the middle of this year. Should I buy Skoda Rapid? Please answer. Lalita, you can. It's a fantastic car, no problem. But if you can live with the slightly dated looking interior, it's fine. Tata Tigor petrol top model at 7.5 lakhs or anything else?
Top model Tigor petrol, it's fine. You can go ahead and get it, no problem.
Okay, Arna has an interesting question. Does Marazzo make more sense over the XUV? Like, in which way can the XUV overpower the Marazzo, not cosmetic or infotainment equipment wise?
The thing that you've mentioned in caps is the one thing. It can overpower the Marazzo because it has a 2.2 liter engine by AVL, which is an absolute rocket on the highway. So for touring purposes, I'd say you're better off with the XUV. But for 90% of the things, I'm honestly inclined to say, like you pointed out, the Marazzo makes so much more sense at this point. Even as a
family
people mover, it just is more accommodating.
Which variant is value for money in the Swift? I'd say the LXI with some accessories.
Yeah, LXI with some accessories. If you're looking at the automatic, the V is good. Or other variants are mainly splurging.
I read somewhere that the 45X is coming with DCT. I don't think so, man. Also read old posts. Is it possible? No, I don't think Rahul. I don't think Tata has access to CVT tech at the moment. I don't recall a single Tata car that had CVT.
See, again, we can't rule out anything, but until we have something concrete, we can't.
But DCT also seems very unlikely. AMT might be the way to go.
But to Malik Arjuna, is there a facelift in Grand Tata in 2019? No, it's a brand new model.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about Harrier pricing? Like you said, fantastic.
Creta, Harrier, Compass. Harrier, Creta, Compass in that order. Vikas says, which car tire brand is good for highway driving? There's no such thing. See, a brand is not going to save you, okay? Just because a brand is better does not mean it can't, it can't burst. Maintain your tires well, you should be fine. Diesel car will stop manufacturing after 2100 maybe, so don't worry. Yeah. So Tiago's good resale. Yeah, it has good resale. Hi Shriram, how you doing? Mani says, what about...
I'm for a technical question right now. Shriram, don't disappoint me.
What about Baleno facelift? Will it give tight competition to most expected launch 45X? Is it worth to wait?
I think you need to flip that question because it's not the Baleno that has to give competition to the 45X. The 45X has to give it to the Baleno. So we'll comment on this once the 45X is out. Saurabh Kumar, Tiago XZ or WagonR ZXi?
Still say, I'm tilted to say Tiago because I think it's a better design, it's got a better audio system, and it'll be equally easy to drive. But the WagonR will be fun.
Not most of them fun. For me, it's that 1.2 liter engine. So with people lugging capability, I feel it will be better.
Yeah. Especially on ghats and inclines.
Rahul Yadav, can we get aftermarket climate control in the Swift?
You can but it's a headache. Don't do it. Sriram says, sir, do you think Suzuki cars based on Hardtech platform are actually safer? The Japan NCAP, which is, I think, is it on par with Euro NCAP in terms of test? I think it is.
It is, yeah.
It is very strict, and the Swift scored 5 stars there. So there's no problem with the platform clearly. Hi Arjun, how you doing? Himanshu says, which one's good? Okay, I don't know what you're referring to, but okay, Ignis Delta or Tiago XZ? Tiago XZ. Ignis Delta in this case. Petrol agar le rahe ho to. Can I fit in aftermarket third row to my Duster? So there's no space.
Yeah, exactly. The second row has such poor space to begin with.
You cannot.
You'll end up whacking your head against the...
Yeah, actually Renault offers a side-facing jump seat for the Duster, but don't get it. You will be sitting like this all the time. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is how you sit.
It's not really comfortable for kids. So
it's not. When the safety norms will come into effect, they're coming into October this year. Which is the best car under 500K, which will also give the best mileage, a WagonR, 1 liter. Can you put boot lid opener aftermarket on the key?
You'll have to have it custom fabricated.
You can.
I'm not sure who can do it effectively. That's a bit of a concern for me.
So please answer, what will be the starting price of Kia? About
9 to 10 lakh rupees start. 9.5 to 10 lakh rupees.
Arjun says you look like Mahadev in this book.
Madhavan? R. Madhavan? Me?
Do you mean Shankar Mahadevan?
Closer to him actually. But thank you.
Yeah.
Bollywood's not calling.
Yeah. Best hatchback under 6 lakh. Look at the Tiago, Swift, ZXi versus Ignis. You can pick either, no problem. Tushar sir didn't get time today, so still haven't watched your C-Class review. I'm sure it's superb. See, so much love for Tushar.
But please, watch the reviews, every review with an open mind. If you feel I've not done a good job, let me know.
Yeah. You can also abuse him, very pyar se. How is Compass Trailhawk version in terms of safety and reliability? It will be the same as every other Compass. Is the engine BS6 compliant? It will be BS6 ready when it's launched.
Most engines are like that only.
Views on X4.
One word, pointless.
Yeah.
But if you want it, buy it. It's a coupe SUV, so you're not looking at it from a practicality purchase. It's primarily about lifestyle usage. So if you want it, get it.
I look at it from a slightly different perspective. People who wanted the X3 but with a 30D engine, that's not available there. So that's available only in the X4. So for whatever reason, if you think your big SUV should be fun to drive, you have an option.
Freestyle Titanium or Brezza LDI Freestyle Titanium. How is the Toyota Liva? It is old. It is outdated. It is a safe bet. That way, no issues with it. But you have more modern alternatives available. Abhishek Pradhan, Tigor XZ Plus or Desire VXI. I'd say
for
petrol
the engine.
Yeah, for the engine, I'd go with the Desire. But if you look at primarily just city usage and you look at the petrol, Tigor XZ Plus is fine.
Okay.
Tata Harrier or XUV 500 Harrier. You're thinking of Skoda Rapid, like you said, go ahead. Okay. Volkswagen and Skoda can produce good quality cars. Why do they sell in less numbers? Number one, their dealership reach is not as good as some of their rivals. Number two, their product range. When you look at a Volkswagen customer, they are by and large, their placement is such that they are an affordable premium brand. So the customer base knows their car to a certain extent. They have that aspirational value for it. So if you are telling your customers that we have so many models in our global range, but we are giving you 2 cars for the past decade, the response to it won't be as good when you've got alternatives which are giving you fresh products every 2.5, 3 years.
Do auto manufacturers have to pay Google, Apple for using? Yeah, it's a basic licensing deal.
So best SUV for under 15 lakh rupees. Look at the Harrier. Evolutionary transfer. Thanks for answering. It's my second question. When Brezza gets petrol, at the moment we don't know. But the issue is basically this: they have 2 engines right now, 3 rather. 1 liter which they can't use. 1.2 again too small, which is match the sub 4 meter requirements, but the Brezza is too heavy. 1.4. It will power the Brezza right, especially with SHVS, but the problem is it won't get the sub 4 meter benefits then. So they'll have to devise a new engine or something. So at the moment, I'm not too sure. Plus, the Brezza diesel's demand is so high that Maruti doesn't really need to look for adding another production.
Yeah, 10,000 units a month is not a joke.
Arjun Apo, is it good to drive Swift in Jodhpur off-roading? No, buddy. It will scrape. Especially if you have people.
Yeah, and if you insist, I think it will also break in half. Don't do it.
Sriram Shivadasan, what are the advantages of RWD over FWD, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, via ladder frame chassis cars in rear-wheel drive, via even some higher-end sedans in rear-wheel drive? So the advantages of rear-wheel drive is primarily from a fun perspective, and also that you're splitting the responsibilities between the two ends of the car.
Yeah.
Because in front-wheel drive, your car has to propel and steer. In rear-wheel drive, the front turns, the rear one controls the power delivery. So you can have a little bit more fun. It does allow you to get oversteer rather than understeer. But apart from that, by and large, for the majority of car users, front-wheel drive makes more sense because it's more efficient, it's cheaper to integrate, and it makes the car lighter also.
Another reason is, like I said, with most rear-wheel drive cars, you will see the engine mounted transversely, longitudinally, through along the length of the car. So a ladder frame setup allows for that space. It allows for the transmission tunnel. It allows for all of that. And a monocoque will not allow that, which is why monocoques better suited to front wheel drive applications.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, is Hyundai bringing a 1.5 diesel in the Carlino? I think they will just share the 1.4 with.
Yeah,
with the i20.
That can be adapted for BS6.
Discovery Sport versus Skoda Kodiaq LNK. Value for money, Kodiaq. What about Mahindra E2O? I wouldn't recommend one.
It's okay for short distance usage and all, but it's a rudimentary solution. It's a first step. It's not quite where we need to be.
i20 diesel or Baleno diesel? i20 I'd say, but Baleno has better space and mileage. Abhishek says, you guys are doing excellent job answering even minute queries. Thank you.
That's what we're here for.
Show us your gratitude by hitting that like button.
Guru Raghavendran, what about the XUV 300? Is it worth buying? So let us get the price, let us drive it, then we can tell you. We'll be driving it on the 31st and 1st of this month and next month, and the launch is expected in Feb 14, Valentine's Day.
Okay, Himanshu says, you guys made a comparison, Marazzo versus Rival. Some people didn't agree, but I feel that review was completely justified. I just drove the Marazzo. The quality levels and engine is par with the Jap. Himanshu,
First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
We needed that.
At least with that review, I think it's just a case of fanboys getting salty more than anything.
I'll tell you one thing, it's with the case of most issues that are there modern day, you will always have a very vocal minority.
Yeah.
The people who agree with you will just, okay, fine, I like the video, maybe they'll hit a like. So that is our only gauge. We can't please everyone, but we are not here to support anyone's prejudices. We are here to help you buy the right car right now. That is our only obligation. Because no matter what manufacturer does what, हमारी तनख्वाह उतनी रहने वाली है, हमारी benefits उतनी ही रहने वाली है, हमें कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है.
We don't get anything by favoring any brand or putting any brand down. So
putting brands down will only make us lose our reputation, because we know you're not fools. We know that you have alternative sources to view, so we will never give you wrong information.
Vikas asks if 2 airbags or 1 airbag will be mandatory after the safety norms, dual airbags. What will be the price of MG Hector, 15 to 20 lakh ex-showroom? What is Kia SP platform? Is it new or same as the Hyundai Creta? We are not clear about this right now. I think Tushar is attending
on Monday. We will have
the trial production.
So a lot more information that we need to get out from this. If interesting point. I mean, since you've raised this, Kyle, If you guys have any questions about Kia as a customer, what are you expecting from them? What do you want to know about them? I'd say you can drop it into the queries right now, or you can even DM us on our social handles. You can reach out to me at Big Talker, him at Motor Noter. Send your questions, and I'll try and ask them to the top brass of Kia, and together we can get some answers.
Also, that was Yanni's question, not Kyle's.
Oh.
Kyle asks how to decide between petrol and diesel. Thumb rule: if your usage is above 50 kilometers, go for diesel. Otherwise, stick to petrol.
Does Tata Zest make any sense now with all the discounts offered? Why Tata ditched that Zest import? As any manufacturer would, the pure reason is because they weren't selling. It's not that they were bad cars, but again, the looks did not do much for them. They were a bit polarizing. The alternatives that you have in the market right now, simple example, forget about other manufacturers, the Tigor.
The Tigor and the Tiago are such good products.
So why would you need this?
Ertiga versus Marazzo. I'd say the Marazzo.
If you have the budget, Marazzo. It is a superior car.
How to fix low oil pressure? Fix the oil pump. Simple.
Check the oil level first, and then check if the oil pump is creating issues.
Please make a comparison video with the Harrier Lauren. We will 100%.
We are hoping the car reaches us sometime in next month.
Tigor JTP versus Swift versus Freestyle. Give us mileage info on all. Okay, the Tigor JTP will give you somewhere around 8 to 10 inside the city. The Swift will be quite better. It will be somewhere around 12 to 14. Freestyle will be somewhere in the middle, 10 to 12 types. Tigor JTP, city mode, sport mode breakup. Yeah, I can't really get into that because I haven't tested it yet.
Money also, there's no such thing as a uniform efficiency number because it depends on where you fueled up, what drive conditions you're in. I mean, if I drive a car in Mumbai traffic, if I drive a car on the Mumbai-Pune expressway, if I drive a car in the hills of Himachal Pradesh, the efficiency will be different because the driving style changes, and the same applies to the person who drives the car. So if you are an efficient driver, you will have an efficient car. Simple as that.
I know a very close friend of mine. He has a diesel Jetta. Inside the city, he gets 18 to 20. Don't ask me how.
I feel Nexon and EcoSport will suffer after XUV 300 launch. There's definitely potential for it because by what we know of the car already, it is that is one for sure. But it's like dual zone climate control, good looking car, and that ad. Have you guys seen that ad? I mean, I'm sorry to do that for much, but it's what a lovely ad with Gaurav.
Okay.
Need to go rapid fire. I had a lot of questions to catch up with.
Okay, cool. 20 lakh or under if you have to choose one car.
Hyundai Elantra.
Tigor XZ Plus or Desire VXi. We've answered this. When will Honda launch the Civic? Next month.
Next month, yeah. Towards the end of next month.
S-Cross or Duster?
S-Cross.
Swift, Tiago, i10 in order of good mileage.
Swift, Grand i10, and then the Grand i10 Tiago will be more or less on par.
We've answered Tiago XZ versus Delta. Do you think XUV 300 interiors look dated?
From the perspective of having too many buttons, yes.
Yeah. Marazzo versus Ertiga, we've answered. Shriram asks if Maruti will have a higher state of tune for the 1.5 for the S-Cross and the Brezza.
I think they'll start off by first of all seeing what customer feedback is with the CS. If they feel that customers are telling them you need to revise this, you need to recheck it, after we've driven the car, we give them feedback, and that's something we'll come to at a future stage. It's not that they can't do it, but better to wait for feedback and figure out if it is required.
But 95 horsepower in a Swift will be mad. When will Isuzu launch updated V-Cross D-Max? It should come before April. That's what I feel.
Arnav, thanks for joining us, man. Have a great weekend.
Because can we get aftermarket 18-inch alloy in Harrier? Is it legal after Supreme Court decision?
Is Harrier going to kill Hexa demand? I mean, the Hexa demand is already getting killed because of certain other factors. So yes, definitely.
For those who want a 6 or a 7-seater, they'll still buy that. But otherwise, yes. Is auto transmission ideal for hills? No problem.
Varies from transmission to transmission and car to car.
But usually not a problem. What is the difference between ventilated and
cooled seats? Ventilated means it can put hot air and cold air, whatever the air conditioner is flowing or whatever button you choose. Cooled is just cooling seats.
No, actually there is a bit of a misnomer here where ventilated and cooled technically mean the same thing. Okay, so this is what I had gotten from Hyundai, where they said the Verna has ventilated seats. Okay, but not heated seats, right? So what it's doing is it's taking air from your air conditioner and it's channeling through the seat perforation.
Okay.
Right? Now you look at the Skoda Laura that had heated seats.
There's a heating coil.
That actually has heating coils. So for cars that have heated seats are completely different. Ventilated and cooled are pretty much the same thing, where there are just holes in the upholstery and air being channeled through.
I learned something today.
Yeah. Parth says, should I buy XUV 500W9? It has sunroof, of course, or Harrier XM second top. Parth, I'd say if you can live without the sunroof, the Harrier is the better car. Tiago facelift coming, and when ABS airbags will get standard. Tiago facelift is coming, expected this year, and ABS airbags to standard ho jayenge October mein. What is hill assist? Arjun, when you're on a slope, it will prevent the car from rolling back.
Skanda Bharadwaj, can we expect a Harrier petrol variant? Not anytime soon.
Yeah, best car for highway under 6, a used Honda City. Brezza or Nexon? I'd say Nexon. Any cars you hate? Okay.
Too many. Too many to name.
Hector or Harrier? Harrier. What is on-road price for Harrier XZ? It's about 19 and a half. 19 and a half in Mumbai. 18 and a half or 19 and a half, I'm not sure, between the two. Sir, why halogen headlamps are preferred over LED headlamps in foggy conditions? LED headlamps are usually white. They don't penetrate through the fog as well as halogens. Nexon or EcoSport in diesel?
Family usage Nexon.
Will the Kia SP sell in Hyundai showrooms?
No, independent showroom line completely.
Punto Evo?
Forget it.
Any upcoming competition of new Ertiga? No. So if there's no problem with hardtech, then is it with the cheap quality metal? No, not exactly the cheap quality metal, but I'm not exactly sure what this is down to.
Because it's confusing for us because we ask the same question as to how is it that the same car with the same platform? Because Maruti had told us that, say for example, the Swift crash test, they told us that the cars are exactly the same. And how is it that in one market it scores this one? Because we're not looking at the overall rating, we're just looking at the structure being deemed unstable or incapable of bearing further loadings.
Yeah.
So that is definitely questionable. So we don't know what it is that the change has happened. So we need to get that answer.
Abhay asks, WagonR VXI 1.2, Ignis Delta or Tiago XZ? Give me an order. First preference?
First preference, again, I've not seen the new WagonR, so I don't know for sure. But I'd say, based on what I know, the old WagonR and this thing being bigger and more spacious and more feature loaded, I go WagonR, Tiago, and finally the Ignis.
Yeah.
Because the interior quality of the Ignis is just very off-putting.
Can you add power windows aftermarket?
Yes,
you can. Skanda says, as you said, safety norms will Alto Eco get ABS and airbags. They have to, otherwise they won't be allowed to be sold. How's the Desire petrol high-speed stability over 120? It's fine. Good. No problem. Madhavan the actor. Ooh.
Not Madhavan.
We were quite behind, that means.
Yeah.
Guys, while I hunt for the questions, I'm going to request you to hit that subscribe button because it's directly proportional to our happiness. Okay. What will be the fate of the Nissan Kicks? I expect it to sell in decent numbers, at least for now. Let's see, with the Harrier, it's going to be tough. When will Harrier automatic come? It will come by the end of this year. Will it have sunroof? No. Like the Compass got now after 1 year? No, it won't. Why RTO in Bangalore so high? You have to go and ask them.
The state-wise, the taxation just varies because it is the state-level policies to try and discourage car purchase, get people onto
public
car. Because you know the condition in Bangalore.
Yeah.
You expect your expectation of base variant diesel XUV 300. Basic safety will be in place. I'm hoping they come with a rudimentary at least 4-speaker sound system and.
What in terms of price?
In price,
base variant. I want to say 7,49,000. That is where.
Yeah, something around 6.99 might be introductory.
Yeah. On-road price of Harrier, we've discussed. Can we put power windows for Quid for rear? You can, but then I'm not sure if there's enough space in the door pad.
Those quite thin.
Will 4.5X get DCT? No, I doubt it will. Creta or Harrier. What are the drawbacks of the Quid? It's not for the highway at all. The brakes are
very average.
Yeah. It doesn't get a passenger airbag.
The safety package is.
Yeah. There's no ABS. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What will be the fate of Nissan this week?
What do you think about the future of Tata Motors? I think it's very bright. Yeah. Rahul says you guys do good reviews. Thank you. But the frequency is very low. Yeah. I check your app and channel every day. Do more comparisons. Thank you. We try and do as many as possible. But
again, guys, the one stumbling block we face over here is by policy because we don't, if we're doing comparison reviews, we're not just going to take one car that we drove 2 months ago and one car we drove right now and say, okay, fine, we figured it out. We will do back-to-back tests, we will do measurements, we will do efficiency testing because we aren't here in the game to just put out content for the sake of it. It takes time. We apologize for that, but we can guarantee that the end result will be as honest and as accurate as possible.
Any idea on videos for accessories for cars? I don't understand the craze for accessories to begin with. What is the on-road price? We've answered this, couple. Stop spamming the chat. What can be the best resale value for a 2010 Desire? 1,10,000 kilometer done on odometer, somewhere around 2 lakh, I think. Why do you always prefer Hyundai cars than Tata? We don't. If a product's good, Hyundai, Tata does not matter.
Yeah, wherein maybe not try and label us with your own biases.
Yeah.
If you like Tata cars, that's fine. But right now, we've recommended the Harrier over the Creta on multiple occasions. The car decides it, not the brand.
Abarth Punto or GT TSI? I made my choice. I bought a GT TSI. What accessories aftermarket do you have in your car? I have a dash cam and against my own better judgment, seat covers. He has absolutely nothing
I've
other
got
than
an air purifier in my car. I've
and
got
an aux cable.
aux cable, yes.
KUV 100 or Ignis. I'd say Ignis. What will be the pricing of the Trailhawk Compass as it touches 27? If it touches 30, then buyer may shift to Fortuner. I think it will touch 30 because there is a 9-speed automatic which is expensive. Easily add 1 lakh for that. Then add another lakh for the upgraded bits for the race ground clears, all of that. So yeah, 30 lakh is easy. Harrier, which model value for money? XM. Best car to buy 17-18 budget, any body type, Harrier. Best AMT hatchback for beginners, you can look at the WagonR. Swift VXI, Desire VXI, ZXI versus ZXI. डिक्की चाहिए तो डिजायर, नहीं चाहिए तो स्विफ्ट. सिंपल, सेम गाड़ी है.
Omi Yadav. Alturas G4 या Fortuner.
Alturas G4 या
Fortuner. फिर Alturas.
Also वो ज़्यादा premium है. Alturas feels like a big plush, almost Mercedes level. वो वाली quality है. Nissan Kicks, Brezza, Creta, XUV preference in order for city use mainly.
Again, we haven't driven the XUV.
Take the XUV out. Kicks, Brezza, Creta, your order for city use.
If you're looking at the diesels, because since you're using the Brezza, I would go Creta and Brezza and then Kicks.
Yeah. Do Maruti use really bad quality steel as compared to Hyundai and other brands because they're always called cheap quality cars?
They use what is required and what is mandated by law. They will obviously look at, every brand will look at getting the most cost-effective solution. In terms of touch and feel, yes, I agree that Marutis don't feel all that well, but we don't have any metric to gauge and tell that yes, this is higher quality than this. It's all just perception.
Which variant of Harrier is best value? Mukesh sir, XM variant dekho. Are you impressed with the new WagonR? Arjun, we haven't seen it in person, but from what our colleagues tell us, yeah, it's good. Everyone had Arun's mustache and beard style, always keeps the hand busy. I know. I see Louis and Tushash doing it. He's doing it right there.
I'm the original.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he is actually.
Viren Singh, WagonR versus Ignis. Again, we have to see the new WagonR and judge, but just because if I'm expecting the WagonR to have better quality than the Ignis, then it's already a winner for me.
Harrier or Jeep? I'd say Harrier. Why do diesel cars have large battery and AC compressor as against petrol? We asked this to Karthik. No, what is the response? There's no specific reason.
I don't think there's any reason like that.
Yeah, because I know where this is coming from. Because the Amaze has different sized.
That is one. I'm not sure if it's a universal thing that applies across cars.
No, because see, there's also a difference in the size of the engine with the Amaze, right? The petrols are 1.2, the diesels are 1.5. So to make up for it, maybe. But we're not sure.
What are the changes in the new Jeep Compass from the old ones, and also about the price?
There's
the
nothing
new versus old. No, they've just given the limited plus. Lauren Diaz, love the motion bears, appreciated. Was Ahmed Krista 2.8 ZX or
Innova Touring Sport?
Avoid the Touring Sport unless you want that look.
Why has Tata stopped the Indica? Is planned to launch new generation? No, won't come. Which variant would be best of Jeep Compass? Longitude option. We are not looking at any car seriously, but we want a petrol now. We can wait till 2020. Not specific about sedan or SUV, but which will be the best upgrade from a desired budget up to 20 lakh. Okay, there will be quite a few cars. I'd say there's the upcoming Kia car. That'll be a really good bet. There's the Harrier, of course. The Creta will always be there. There's the new Honda Civic, which is a fantastic upgrade. Elantra. And by 2020, even the new Corolla will come. So, lot of options. Car you think is overrated and underrated with reasons. Okay, 3 cars you think are overrated in India.
Overrated?
Like, you think uska kuch zyada hype, zarurat se zyada hai.
See, one would be the Hyundai Creta.
Yeah.
But because
Why do you think?
it is not? It's hype because it does absolutely everything in the most balanced fashion. That's the only reason that it's considered to be overhyped, and that is why it's said overpriced also. Because
Okay, so
But
let's
who
do
am I to say
one
that
car.
people-
Right? One car you think is underrated.
underrated S-Cross.
Okay, for me, overrated. Like you said, even I'll agree. Creta, I think it's overrated for what it offers, especially at the price at which it offers. And a heavily underrated car for me will be, I think, the Skoda Rapid. And what he said, the S Cross.
Hector or Krista, which is the better car for driving? I would say
Hector.
Hector. And even if you're looking at mainly driving with maybe 4 or 5 people on board and occasionally using the last row, then Hector.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Krista.
Does the Nexon Petrol and Tiago JTB have turbo lag? Thoda.
Nexon Petrol has, the manual does. In the AMT, they figured out the logic a little better.
Yeah. Okay, there are a lot of questions. Let's quickly.
Let's go for a non-stop rapid fire so we can catch up.
Yeah, so I ask you, answer. Good off-roading car under 10 lakh.
Used S-Cross.
What is the real mileage of Tata Tiago petrol?
You can look at maybe 11, 12 in the city, closer to 14, 15 on the highway.
Is there a new rule of 3 number plates and mandatory HS number plates? I heard it on social media. It's doing the rounds, but
There is a high security
Yeah.
number plate plan that is coming.
hey Tushar, about the freestyle safety features, ESP, TC, ARP in real life application, any update? All of them work. I can confirm this because I tried really hard to flip the freestyle over. I failed. Also, the Ford asked me to try it. Just saying.
Fortuner or XUV 500 Fortuner.
Fortuner.
XUV looks like the KUV's dad.
Sure.
Okay. Any car coming to compete with Nano.
Nano किधर है यार अभी? Nano खुद जाने वाली है.
I am
Okay, whatever. Looking for a second-hand Verna, 4 to 5 years old. Is it reliable? Old Hyundais are known to throw up engine problems, so avoid. Can you tell me when the Skoda Karoq is coming to India? It should come within the next few months. i20 petrol or diesel? My preference would be the diesel. अभी क्या होगा कि अगर किसी का बजट अबाव 12 लाख to 25 लाख मैक्स होगा तो to buy the Harrier 12 lakh से कम होगा तो EcoSport. Raj, see, you answer your own questions, man.
Well
car for 7.5 lakh with respect to power apart from JTP.
Swift
petrol. Throw some light on the decision of Supreme Court ban on modification.
I want to take a very deep look at it and understand what all counts as it. What is this?
Throw in some light.
Oh,
Sorry.
why?
Okay. It just says don't do it, which is wrong. It is hampering business as well. Please tell us about 2020 Hyundai Verna. I don't know anything about it,
2020
honestly.
Hyundai Verna क्यों यार? The car is still pretty new.
Yeah. Where were we?
We are deviating from rapid
Yeah.
fire. Ertiga VXI or i20 petrol Ertiga VXI. When is the Camry review coming? It will be out tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Tata has just made ABS standard in the Tiago and Tigor news. So that is news to us also. We'll check it out. Why is the ETO so popular as a cab?
Spacious, low downtime, reliable.
It doesn't break down. What's your thought on upcoming XUV? Any guess about pricing? I'd say 8 to 12. Is it going to get petrol? Yes, a 1.2 liter turbo. Is ABS mandatory for 125cc bikes above and from which date? I think
It's combi brake, I think, which is
for 125, 150
50 onwards, I think.
के above ABS. 2016 मॉडल टाटा सफारी VX 7 लाख में मिल रही है, ले लूं क्या? नहीं सर, अभी हाथी है उसको छोड़ दो. Can I take Passat for off road? No. Not off road. Just don't. Amaze, Aspire, Tigor, Desire, all petrol in version in order of mileage.
Efficiency, it will go Desire, Aspire will be very close together. More
Aspire, Amaze will be close.
Yeah.
And last,
Aspire will be better in the city.
Yeah.
Desire will be better on the highway, but the difference between Desire is just the most efficient overall. Tigor will come in at last because it's a kind of heavy car and a small engine.
So Desire, Aspire, Amaze, Tigor.
Ram Bhaiya, kaise ho Mukul ji?
2016, okay, we've answered this. Tell us about 2019 Baleno features and design. It's going to get a new front bumper, new alloy wheels. The color of the panel on the under the dashboard is going to change. There's a new grille. That's it. Confused between freestyle diesel, i20 diesel in terms of build quality and drivability. What is the NCAP rating of Ford Freestyle? Okay, the Freestyle is based on the Figo that scored 3 stars. Build quality is pretty much the same. I think the i20 has better touch and feel. i20 also has slightly better drivability in terms of diesel. Tata should launch the 45X ASAP. Nexon won't sell after XUV 3W. Is it true that XUV will get 4 disc brakes as standard? Yes.
It will, but that's the reason for the Nexon not to sell.
Parimal says, आओ कभी इंदौर, आओ कभी हवेली पे.
जरूर मौका मिले तो जरूर आएंगे.
Could you make a video or an article on the highest selling cars in India of all time? I think we will. That's
It's an interesting idea. Thank you, Lauren.
Which is 7-seater sunroof budget car? None. Tata Premium Hatchback launch date. We're
closer to the end of the year.
No, but new news. No, June.
Sorry,
May June में आएगा. Vikas is talking about the boot space of the WagonR. Yes, that's a huge upgrade. When will Tata Harrier petrol launch?
No word on it right now. There's no expected demand for it.
Aftermarket हम सब कुछ लगवा सकते हैं क्या? मुकुल भैया लगा सकते हो जो चाहिए लगा सकते हो. How? What's going to be the next big thing in car देखो and zig wheels or going to go with the flow? Let's see, man. We never disclose cars, right?
Nothing is going to be done overnight. It's all done with careful planning and foresight.
What should you keep in mind while buying a second-hand car? Service. Tiago Energy or WagonR 1.2, which is better? I'd say the WagonR will be a peppier to drive. 2016. Okay, we've answered.
That's a bike question.
Parimal Haveli पे discuss करेंगे.
Parimal, what we recommend you do is reach out to our colleague from Zig Wheels, Arun Nadar.
Yeah, @motornad. MOTORNED.
So you can ping him on Instagram and he can help you out, or you can even reach out to Jihan Darukanawala. So they'll be able to help you.
He's @Baba Biker on Instagram. BAWABIKER. That's Jihan. Is Tata Harrier BS6 compliant? It's BS6 ready, not compliant. Are turbocharged petrol engines low on efficiency? No, they're quite good, nice actually.
Skanda, welcome. Yes, the Creta is a good car. Shakil, Ignis या Baleno sir, हमारी राय रहेगी. आप Baleno ले लीजिए. Rahul Yadav, why can't Maruti downsize engine like Mahindra has done for his 2.2 liter in?
Yes,
it's not that simple. Like they did the 2 liter from 2.2, but at the moment, I don't think that is. They don't look for techniques like that. They'll have to, of course, get sanctions from Toyota Japan. Suzuki Japan for integrated changes. Like
Arjun asked, how without clutch, how can you change gear in automatic with manual mode? You just press the lever and the car figures out the rest. Okay, we're past the 1 hour mark, and okay, we're just going to move to the last few questions before we wrap this up. Anshul says, sir, Tiago की बढ़िया सी वीडियो बनाओ. टाटा से मांगिए एक बढ़िया सी टियागो. करते हैं, डेफिनेटली करेंगे. गाइस, जिसका भी क्वेश्चन मिस किया, वे वेरी सॉरी, बट post it again.
We will get to it.
Brother is the best car for bad road conditions. Yes, it's among the best because of the ground clearance. Hugo says, love you guys from Scotland. Thank you. Can I ask how much money to give to advertisers to sell your car? We're not too sure about that question, Hugo. If you can just give us some details. What were the reasons for the failure of the Nano? That they called it the cheap car.
Not the most affordable family car or something like that. Marketing is everything.
Yeah, see, Datta gets my joke.
Yes.
Tata Premium.
Don't encourage this behavior, Datta.
Tata Premium Hatchback launch date May or June में launch होगी. Which one to buy? S-Cross. Which one to buy for a family? Top model of Endeavour or Fortuner? I want a good off-roader. Fortuner.
Your thoughts on Harrier? Buy it. Does current auto meet safety norms? No. Not the upcoming ones.
Is Mahindra engine reliable in the long run? One of the most reliable engines in India. Which interior theme do you like? All black for me.
Yes, why do diesel engines more expensive than petrol? They're more complicated to integrate. They have more components especially for emission control.
Yeah. Harrier, Hexa, Creta, which is better? What is your order?
Harrier, Creta, Hexa.
Same order here. WagonR, Santro, manual, which is more safer? We can't say without looking at the crash test.
MG Motor versus Kia, they're going to be operating in two different segments to start off with, so can't say.
But if you had to place your bets on one manufacturer
Kia.
Right now, I'd say Kia as well. Which hatchback would you recommend? Elite i20, Baleno, Tiago, lot of good cars. Will Harrier disrupt the market? I think.
Yes, absolutely. With that price, for sure.
Where were we? Oh yeah. Skanda says, would love to meet you guys. Do you plan any meetup? Yeah, I think we should plan one. I forgot your name.
My name is Tushar. His name is Arun.
Yeah, he's @BigTorquer, BIGTORQUER on Instagram. I am @MotorNoter. You can search us by our handles.
So if at all you guys are interested in doing a meetup, most likely if we can do one, it would be
either in Pune, Mumbai or Delhi.
And if it's happening next year, possibly around the Auto Expo, if we can plan something, give us a heads up if you guys would be interested in that. Let us know in the comments.
Creta Harrier kicks at a glance. I'd say, okay, one defining factor about each car for you. For the kicks.
For the kicks, it would be the style. For the Creta, it would be the balance of the package. For the Harrier, it would be doing everything plus one in terms of space, in performance, in looks, in value for money. It's just here.
Are heavy discounts coming in 2020 when BS6 norm will apply?
Possible for diesels in particular. Will the new Safari be coming? No.
No.
Any top model of any car worth buying? Yes.
Of course.
Many. Unique tech. Ford Endeavour or Fortuner. For off-roading usage, Fortuner. For everything else, Endeavour. Hiren Patel, new Ertiga 1.5 लीटर डीजल कब लॉन्च होने वाली है? सियास में सबसे पहले आने वाली है. Ertiga को आते आते शायद से अगले साल ही होगा. Not अगले साल, फिर या साल के एंड तक हो जाएगा. Mohit Kamini, tell me something about diesel engine which are going to stop in 2019. The emissions will reduce. They're not going to stop diesel engines.
Rohit says WagonR diesel, Creta diesel for daily highway driving. I'd say Creta. When is the WagonR review coming?
31st. 31st. Which is, I think it's a
morning.
Friday or Saturday.
31st को आ जाएगा.
Morning 8 o'clock of 31st we will have the reviews. Hopefully the video too.
Kenzang is confused between WagonR, VXI, Tiago, XZ. Which car to buy in terms of mileage and service? I'm not sure what part of the country you're from, so it depends. Service network will largely depend on that. The better petrol engine is definitely the WagonR, and it will be better for pulling better loads. Lauren asks, are Zigwheel's Power Drift Car Dekho linked? My favorite channel is Car Dekho.
Yes, they are all the part of the same group.
Yeah.
Visit Bhubaneswar, you guys will love it. Definitely looking forward to it, and hopefully we can urge it.
Okay, rapid fire. WagonR City in diesel.
WagonR.
Mahindra XUV 300 or Harrier?
Harrier.
Which car do you prefer under 20 lakh for now? If you had to pick top three.
I would go with the Harrier, with the Elantra, and probably the S-Cross.
Harrier, Vento, and a Honda City for me. Do you think they will launch a CNG version with AGS? Any ET on the electric WagonR? The electric WagonR is not coming anytime soon. CNG with the AGS on the WagonR, I don't think that will happen.
Why is Renault after sales?
Lalit, you tell us. You tell us. You're the one with the taxis.
Love from Mysore, Karnataka. Why? To you too, sir.
Elite i20 Astra versus Baleno Zeta. Which one would you recommend?
Baleno Zeta.
Yanni says also, will Kia go for same reach as Hyundai dealership? Will it be like Skoda VW, stay less, be premium?
I'm guessing that what they will look at is obviously the dealership reach won't match with Hyundai anytime soon. But they will be probably looking at getting Hyundai more towards the premium space and Kia more into where Hyundai is currently. Yeah. But that's a very long-term strategy. You'll see that bearing fruit in maybe over the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, Zaid, lots of love to Mysore. आपने अभी तक Mysore Park नहीं भेजा, एक हफ्ते से मांग रहा हूँ मैं. When will new Safari be coming? Not coming. Yamaha FZ V3 review. It will come on Zigwheels, I think, in a few weeks. Why are Maruti called tin cans? Because
the people who
because people think patra halka ho gaya, matlab Pepsi can ho gayi. Is Alto K10 VXI AGS optional, has remote lock? Yeah, it does, I think. Should CS petrol be considered for 50-60 kilometers per day plus a little higher?
Absolutely.
Would you
recommend Passat? Yes.
Desire 2016, 1,73,000 kilometers driven. What is the price? I love your videos.
2016, which is 2 years old, and that age, if this is a petrol, maybe you can get like 2 lakh.
2.5 lakh, because that's a lot of running. Are you guys the founder of Car Dekho and Zigwheels? No, man. We wish we were that smart. Which car would you recommend under 30 lakh? Skoda Octavia. Kia SP concept or Creta? Let the SP come. When 2019 rearranged i20 come in market, I mean Magna Plus, Sports Plus, etc. एक दो महीने में आ जाएगी. अप्रैल के पहले guaranteed आएगी. About the Kia, how's the Picanto, Rio sedan build quality, fit and finish? Do they come close to a luxurious feeling?
Like on par with Hyundai, Volkswagen.
Right there.
Is Harrier available in automatic or 4-wheel drive?
No, neither.
4-wheel drive, don't expect it. Automatic later this year.
Which is the best company? Yours. I don't know, man. Google?
Killer soft. Will Tata bring electric cars? Yes. There is at least one that is coming this year, most likely the Tigor Electric.
Best car in 5 lakh. You can look at the WagonR, you can look at the Tiago. WagonR engines 1 litre versus 1.2. Which one's better than why? I'd say the 1.2 is better because it's got more power. It's a 4-cylinder. It's smoother. It's quieter, and the efficiency won't be too far off from the one. What's your opinion on Karthik? I don't think we are allowed to have opinions on our boss, man.
But he's a great boss.
Yanni, we missed first part of your questions. How's the build quality, fit and finish? We'd say, Yanni, it's good enough. Will Tata come up with electric cars? Yes. This year you will see one EV, which will be the Tigor.
Kona EV launch date should be towards midway this year.
Yeah.
Tata Tiago or Santro, I'd say Tiago. Santro, if you're getting the automatic, get the Santro. But what is the next one? Sunil Santosh Parida. Nexon versus i20 versus Baleno, I'd say Nexon. unique tech, which is the best car for family, Fortuner, Endeavor. I'd say Endeavor. If you have taller people in the family and you imagine that tall people will be sitting in the last row as well, then get the Fortuner. When is Kia coming? Probably April this year. Can I go with second-hand Nissan Terrano or Duster? Yes, you can. But look for bargaining because the resale value is kind of average. Tata Tiago, Satro, what do you recommend? This is a Tiago. Send me your address, so I'll definitely send special Mysore Park for sure.
We'll do that. Udit says, who's the founder then and why doesn't he come in front of the camera? Okay, the founder is not a content guy. He's not an editorial guy. He's a tech guy. And you can look it up. You can look up who founded Gnarsoft. You'll figure out. You'll get the whole backstory. It's very interesting. Harrier Petrol launch date, Lauren, I don't think it's coming anytime soon. Your thoughts on Harrier? I think it's value for money. It's really well equipped and it's quite fun to drive. Samarthas, I have an old Fortuner and an Accord. Which car would you recommend next? Ooh, tough. Depends on your budget, but if you like Japanese cars, wait for the Civic. When the new Duster is going to come by the end of this year, Tata Tiago, Hyundai Santro, Tata Tiago. What's your opinion on the WagonR ZXi or VXi 1.2?
Get the 1.2.
Yeah, get the 1.2. Lauren, yes, he's our boss. Try to fit Pradyumna in the same frame with both of you. Who's Pradyumna?
CP Pradyumna?
Govana?
Tiago Santro or WagonR, and I'm glad to say Tiago. Hyundai Compact SUV in 2019, Grand i10 launched yet. Hyundai Compact SUV probably midway through this year. The new Grand i10 towards the end of the year. Manual or automatic, which one do you prefer? City, heavy traffic usage, automatic, otherwise manual. Hyundai Verna or Honda City, which is the best in petrol? Let's say Hyundai Verna. Sunil, thank you, sir, for giving me the answer. More than welcome.
Rahul says you guys should do 0 to 100 and in-gear acceleration video. No, we are not going to give proof of breaking the law.
We want to do that, but we need to find a setting where we can actually do that. Doing it on the street just for the sake of subscribers is not safe.
Vibhuti says still extended warranty. Is it necessary to service the car to authorized service center? Yes. Otherwise, they won't honor extended warranty. Which is more stable on highway, Verna or Creta? Which is more fun to drive? The Verna, I personally like because it's lower to the ground. So it's better. The Creta but feels like a better mile muncher. So because the seating position is high, the visibility is great. You don't feel fatigued after a long drive. Is Kia, so will Kia be a better counterpart of Hyundai?
On par.
Okay.
Will Maruti Suzuki suffer because of NCAP norms? No, they will have to adapt to it. Everybody has to. I have spied Kia Sportage.
In Barnala, Punjab, I think it will come later this year. No, it's not coming. Lauren, yes, the guy from Zigwheels, Car Dekho, Zigwheels and Power Drift are owned by the same parent company, and Karthik K. Singhi is our boss.
There is Car Dekho, Bike Dekho, Zigwheels, Gaadi, Power Drift, Tires Dekho, Batteries Dekho, Insurance Dekho, College Dekho. These are all part of the same group, and Karthik K. is the editor-in-chief of all the motoring publications.
Yeah. Datta, uska naam Pradyuman nahi hai, uska naam Priyadarshan hai.
Priyadarshan.
So right now, actually, a lot of people just call him Katappa. So you can just do that. Swift or Baleno? I'd say the Baleno. Brezza or S-Cross? S-Cross. I saw the Kia Sportage near the GIP mall in Noida. Agni, yes, quite a few Kia employees have these cars.
Even
so you'll see them around.
Dealerships are driving them.
Brezza VDI or Baleno top model? I'd say Baleno.
WagonR was...
Last few questions. WagonR ZXi or Grand i10 Sports?
You can get a better discount on the Grand i10 Sports right now. Yes. Swift AMT or Grand i10 Auto Swift AMT. When will Tata come with a premium sedan? Maybe we might get a hint of something around.
But that's not going to be the premium sedan. No? That was the E-Vision.
Again, I'm just giving maybes. Can't say for sure right now because sedan segment is not where the priority is. There is a new Maruti Alto coming. Maybe towards the end of this year we might see some update. Not sure if it's a brand new generation. Samarth Minocha, when will the new Creta and Compass launch? Creta is not going to be a brand new model immediately. Nor is the Compass. Vibhuti Kumar, after sales service
the car to local mechanics. Yes, you can.
But go to a reliable one that you've got a good reputation from word of mouth.
Yeah. Vibhuti, what you can do is you can buy original spare parts from the service center, give it to your local guy. That is how you assure quality. Why the resale value of Duster and Terrano is 4? Because there's no demand. Simple. Why isn't Bike Dekho active on YouTube? We are hoping you wouldn't ask this question. But
handling two channels is already becoming quite difficult. So adding the third doesn't make sense.
So is it worthy for waiting for Java Perak or Sirji Bike Dekho? But wait for it. This car Dekho, sorry. Yanni says one last question. How is the Kia company overall right now from your knowledge in other countries?
Their reputation is really strong in the United States in particular. They're one of the most popular brands. Like you're talking Hyundai, Maruti level of popular in the United States. And I had a Kia. I have owned a Kia, the Optima. It's a fantastic car.
Yeah.
And yeah, nothing to worry about. And this brand has got some very strong ethics and principles that
Yeah.
they've been governing by. They've evolved like crazy over the past decade. Let's just say that.
Uday is Priyadarshan the breathless
He
guy?
talks fast.
Yeah,
He talks fast.
He talks very quickly. Why concept cars more cool than original? Because they're meant to attract attention. If it's not cool, then who'll look at it? Sir जी Creta petrol or Honda City petrol? Sir ground clearance चाहिए तो Creta ले लो वरना Honda City.
Tiago, Santro or WagonR, you can look at the Tiago or the WagonR. Nexon
or EcoSport, better petrol. I'd say the EcoSport actually. Best small car. Look at the WagonR, Tiago. I-20 or Baleno for space and mileage, I-20 for everything else.
Kicks or Creta. Creta. Is Fiat planning to bring a new car? Fiat, no. Jeep will have to take over whatever it is.
Mukul's leaving. Bye
Mukul. Abhishek, S-Cross second top or Duster 85 PS S-Cross?
S-Cross.
Kia SP launch will be around April. Dheeraj, thank you that you like the show.
Right. So I think that's a good note to end. Thank you so much for watching. For all the 55 people who are watching right now, thank you so much. If we haven't answered your question, we apologize.
You can leave it in the comment section later on after the video is done with.
Vishal, yes, you can pick the diesel DSG, no problem. Upcoming X5 pricing will be somewhere around 1 crore, I think.
I am expecting to be fun to drive as well.
Yeah, what would be the average maintenance of XC40? We're not really sure.
So assume for any of these fancy brands, you're going to look at maybe 20,000 annually.
Yeah. Right, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, hit that like button
and subscribe. Share this video if you haven't already, and happy Republic Day in advance to every single one of you.
And you can follow us on Instagram. His handle is @BigTalker. My handle is @MotorNoto. So yeah, we can catch up there, and you can ask Mukul. He bugs us pretty much every day, and we very patiently reply.
Don't put it in such a negative way. No, we love your questions, man. Yes. Keep them coming.
Right, chalo. See you guys. Jai Hind. Yes, Jai Hind. See you guys. Bye. Enjoy the weekend.